go to that specific section, distill it down, and they will find it.
Madam Speaker, point of order
We will not shout out in council meetings.
is a point of order that's not shouting out.
Disruption of the meeting.
No, ma'am, it's not. It's to clarify his point. He just said to go to Google. Okay. Are you removing me under threat of arrest?
Come on,
Is it threat of arrest?
sir, you disrupted
It
me.
was
You
a
will
point
be
of order.
arrested.
It's
Let's
not.
go.
Okay, so it is under threat of arrest.
You're going to be arrested if you don't.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. It's threat of arrest. That was a point of order, is not a violation or an interruption. Whenever one is under Robert's Rules of Order, is what it's under. So, now you're all going to face charges. Yeah, this way. I was gonna talk to you, he just called me over here.
No, I didn't call you at all.
I need you to.
Well, I would like to speak to the chief.
Well, the chief is busy right now, Derek, so.
Yeah, well, I don't have to go anywhere, I can remain on city property. I left the meeting. Take your hands off, you're assaulting me is what
Wow.
you're doing now.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you're assaulting me is what you're doing by touching me. Let's go.
Is that what you want to have happen here? You wanted me to see it?
Well,
Let's
you're
go.
already
He
gonna
has a
be
point of
sued.
order.
It's a
He has
point
a
of
point of
order.
order.
Let's
That's,
go.
I asked you, look, I've known you, I'm just
go.
talking to you. I'm talking to
And I'm
you.
telling you how
Okay,
it's gonna be.
you told me whenever I talked to you that you would arrest them if they violated the law. They have violated the law under Robert's Rules of Orders because that was a point of order. I can show you on my
I'm not
phone.
arguing with this.
I'm not arguing
going
with
to.
you. I'm talking to you.
And I'm not going to talk to you about this. That's not the place for that, and that's not how this is going to be conducted.
That's the rules. Those are the laws. The laws regard your conduct as
Texas
an
Open
officer.
Meetings Act, sir. That's called the
Yes, it's-
TOMA.
it's-
I understand.
Toma.
You don't
and
understand
It's
it.
not going to happen in there.
That's
and
a
I'm not
Texas-
going to argue out here.
It's a Texas
We're not
Open.
arguing,
We're
we're
speaking. This
speaking.
man is free speech, man.
It's
You need to
free
learn about the
speech.
Constitution, officer.
Yeah, I know.
You
That's
look
what
like you
got.
look like you going
Oh, man,
crazy.
James
Are you
Green,
okay?
bud.
You need a hug, sir? Man, this guy's something else. It's a Texas Opens Meeting Act, but you know what?
Yeah,
Y'all
it's
violated
Texas
it.
Opens Meeting
There's
Act.
nothing he
I'm
did was
trying to talk
illegal.
to him, man.
Well, I'm
Well, let
speaking
me
to
tell
him. He's
you.
my buddy.
Okay. Well,
What I plan on
go out here
speaking.
for it.
Why does he
Come
got
over
to
here
leave
and let me
for?
show
Why?
you what I plan.
No. I'll
You're
go
not
out
going to
here
be able
with
to see in the sun. I'm just going to the shade.
I know the rules and the laws on
You
it.
know the
I'm
rules of
gonna
the Texas
show
Open
you what
Meetings
I
Act?
Yes, man. I have it all printed out.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Look, right here, he was
Yeah,
lying.
but we
Just
already
look.
have. But we have the rules.
I know,
here
but
too.
he's lying. And I have the right as a citizen to call point of order
Okay.
and to correct somebody who is giving
But
this
guess what?
information.
Guess what? They bypassed that when they made y'all do the sheets. So you got to have a sheet to talk.
They
Okay?
bypassed the Texas Open
They
Meetings
can't,
Act?
they can't
order?
bypass the
Listen.
What the?
They-
And see,
listen to me. Listen
Let him
to me.
talk.
okay.
They made those sheets so you can talk, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's how you talk.
That's on that item. But if
Right.
you have
So
a
if you
right,
if you have,
let me
listen to
tell
me,
you,
listen,
you
listen,
say
listen, listen.
no. You listen. I'm going to tell you because I'm trying to
I have
save
a job
you
to do, and
yeah,
I
you
got to
have a
go
job.
do my job now.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your name and badge number?
It's Claire P125.
P125. Claire. Okay. I'll be filing a complaint on you and everybody else. I mean, it's nothing personal, but you don't want to listen to logic and reasoning.
These guys are something else, Derek.
Yeah. I mean, you have a right to call a point of order. And since you're recording, Nick Toilette was saying that you can go to Google. I went to Google during the meeting, and Google tells you that no, a veterinarian hospital, which is what Robin Campbell was speaking on, is not qualified under Type A to receive it. I mean, it's right there.
Then you did a point of order. What was the reason of doing that?
The point of order is because Nick Toilette is trying to sit there and say that what Sarah Harris said is absolutely correct. He's trying to correct the record. And so when they throw somebody out who is calling a point of order, they are engaging in Title 18 of the United States Code, specific statute 242, deprivation of civil rights under color of law. That is what has happened here. And this is, anybody who watches our page and sees anything I post, I keep posting things all around the state and all around the country because this right here that happened today, I'm following the rules. Anybody can go onto Amazon or go to Barnes and Nobles and pick up a copy of Robert's Rules of Orders. Robert's Rules of Order is what dictates how these meetings get carried out. And so when
I know,
somebody,
and you're very thorough, Derek.
yeah, and so when somebody is giving false information, and then the person who is recording that down as part of the record and they want to throw you out, that person is tampering with government records. And all of these people who were involved in throwing me out whenever I'm trying to bring up a point of order and simply correct the city attorney because he is wrong. And he has been giving us poor advice. And this poor advice is what leads to these lawsuits. These lawsuits are what end up costing the citizens, the taxpayers, and they get mad at the people who are trying to do the right thing because these people control mass media outlets that reach way bigger areas of a section of town than a little social media page that somebody has.
And the officer tells you that he studied the Open Meetings Act. But the Texas Open Meetings Act, do you believe that's accurate? He said that he studied it and he knows what it says.
I don't think he has.
Do you think the mayor and the city council even know what the Texas Open Meetings Act?
I honestly don't think they do. I believe that our state attorney general needs to come down here with the Texas Department of Public Safety's, the Texas Rangers Public Integrity Division. And they need to investigate this city council. They need to investigate all their big money donors, because that's the thing is money is ruling this town. They're not acting on behalf of the people. And all they do is spend our money, no matter what we do to show them that they're in violation of the law, whatever they're doing. And that's why they keep amping these things up and throwing us out of these meetings, is because they don't want it on the record. They want to be able to have what is called plausible deniability whenever they go to court. Oh, we didn't know, we didn't. I mean, ignorance of the law is no excuse. And these people did this, and so they threw me out just because I brought up a point of order. That is not an outburst. It is a right under Robert's rules that anyone, if a person goes over their minutes, you had posted a video, Nito, of a guy that had gone, all he said was over 3 minutes. That's not a public outburst, but he did it wrong because he should have said, point of order, Madam Speaker, as I attempted to do. That is exactly what I said, was point of order, Madam Speaker. And so when somebody calls a point of order, they're supposed to be recognized. That is not considered an outburst. And then there are certain things that are just utterances that also are not considered an outburst. There's all these laws to this, and these councils are violating it because as people, all these crazy conspiracy theorists that everybody says are weirdos because they believe that somebody's trying to take our rights. This is exactly how they're taking your rights, is by kicking you out of meetings so that they don't have to have it on the record. And then they have some kind of plausible deniability that, well, we didn't know, we misread it, and yet there's somebody trying to tell you, you have read it wrong, you have interpreted it wrong.
Hey, Derek, and then there's Chief Snow. He doesn't care that your rights are being violated. These officers are putting their hands on you. You're not aggressive whatsoever. I mean, you're a veteran, and this is how they treat you with Mr. Snow here and these officers. And then look, where's the law at? Last time they kicked me out of here, they made me leave to the parking lot and they watched me leave. And you're standing here. I'm not saying I'm not speaking against you, but I'm saying they don't follow the law fair for everybody, right? Do they even know what the law is? So they get you out the room. Yeah. You're not off the premises. I mean, what's going on here in the city of Midland? This is just weird activity. It's not fair law. It's like they're not even practicing any law whatsoever. It's only up to their discrepancy.
They don't know the law. Otherwise,
yeah.
If they knew the law, these officers would be in fear of their own liberty, because there is something called misprision of a felony, and that is spelled MISPRISION. It's prison. It's almost like prison, but you have the ION. Mm-hmm. And what that is when you see a felony level crime or you have knowledge of it, and you're in a position of authority, whether you're a city councilman, a police officer, or anyone else, you're in a position of authority. You have a duty to report those crimes to the next level up. And they're just going along and they're not doing their job. The sheriff should be down here conducting investigations. Our local district attorney should be conducting investigations. And to say, well, nobody's brought anything to our office, this is public knowledge. It's posted all over Facebook. The town is aware of it. And the thing is, people can sit there and post a viral video of a high school fight, and nobody calls the police. Nobody told them that these kids were fighting off during their lunch hour. And because it becomes a viral sensation, police start investigating it, although they never receive a call or an official complaint. And this stuff is out there in the public, and so it should show a complete failure of our entire system, our justice system, that people are getting their rights violated on a daily basis, and nobody wants to do anything about it. And a lot of these people that you see who have become citizen watchdogs, they're former military who have watched all this stuff and who studied the laws.
Someone like you, I would add, Derek.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of guys who are way more knowledgeable, served
You
way,
know
way
a lot more
longer
than
I
that
do.
officer, I'll tell you what.
And that's the thing is, these people need to learn what the law is, and they need to learn that there are consequences when, that's why we have all of these laws, to protect our rights so that we don't get steamrolled and we don't have abusive police and abusive city councils that are using tricks and everything just to, I mean, I'm 53 years old, born and raised here, been here since 72. I've been participating in these council meetings since I was probably around 17 or 18 years old. And it's never been like this. And in those past meetings, we could have conversations like I was attempting to have right there that got me thrown out, that they claim is disturbing the meeting because it's a public outburst. It's not a public outburst whenever it is framed in the correct phrasing of a point of order, so that you can correct someone who is stating from their position that someone else is correct when they're not. And they're acting as a gatekeeper to allow this illegal activity to continue going on. And we have no one who is investigating this. Our state comptroller and our state attorney general's office should be investigating the use of our economic development money.
Yeah.
And we also should be having an investigation into why this council and previous councils have allowed the citizens' safety to reach a point in which we are well over 100 officers short of what they publicly tell us. And all of this can be found on any search engine. All you have to do is type in national average number of officers per 1,000 residents, and you will pull up figures that say that the national average is 2.2 to 2.5. So if you round down to just 2, you take our population, which has been recently reported at roughly 187, and there are estimates as high as 250,000 when you include our transient workforce that travels in and out of these man camps and these hotels. They don't get counted in our census. And that's what I had planned on speaking up on during the public comments section.
So they threw you out.
And then they threw me out because when you round down from 187 to 250,000 to 150, and you round down from 2.2 to 2.5 to just 2 officers per 1,000 residents, that's 300 officers that should be on the force as a minimum, a bare minimum. It's not being an alarmist, it is being conservative with the figures by rounding down. And so when people hear we are 100 officers short, it sounds alarmist, but I'm being conservative. The picture is actually far
Bigger.
more grim than what's being portrayed because I'm rounding down. And all of this was brought up during the last election, and Lori told us crime is down, we have plenty of officers, we have officers in training. They continue to tell us that we are only 14 officers short because right now, with our population, we have 186 officers. And that puts us at anywhere, depending on what figure you are using, if you're using the 150,000 to 250,000, that gives us an average number of officers per 1,000 residents of anywhere from 0.67 to 1.17, when national averages are 2.2 to 2.5, and I rounded down to just 2. So that's what I had planned on speaking about during public comments, was how short we are, and asking, because as you've posted about, Nino, we've had 2 or 3 shootings just over this weekend. We have police who are worried about possible biker gang war popping off, and we have almost 10% of the entire
There's
force.
like 12 or 15 cops in there. I
12 to
counted it.
15? So
Yeah,
if we have
I
anywhere...
thought there was less. There's actually more.
Okay. If there are anywhere from 12 to 15 officers in there, 18.6 would be a solid 10% of the total entire force that we have. to cover the entire city. A solid 10% down here just because someone might say something.
Right.
I wasn't being violent. I wasn't threatening anybody. All I'd said was point of order, and that got me thrown out. That's all it took was point of order.
I wonder what would happen if you walk back in there. What would they do? Are they going to arrest you for walking into a public building?
More than likely, they'll even though I have a right to walk back into this building and go talk to human resources and say that I want to start filing complaints.
Okay. All right, y'all. Derek Smith here, everybody. Crazy scene here at the city council meeting, and we'll update as we continue. Thank you.
Thanks.